Hello, welcome to your daily dose of Capsule Machina. Today we're working on the Toppo. We're going to be working on the Toppo for a minute now, so just bear with me. Today I'm going to try and tackle the missing third brake light. The higher models, whether it be the R with the turbo and the spoiler and all the goodies, or the one above this where the hatch kind of opens up, has a third brake light in here. Hence, that's why it's kind of formed. I don't have that luxury. That's cool. I'm not tripping about that. Went on the wonderful wide world of the web, the internet, and found a third brake light. Made by Dongguoren, Chinese people. So, double-sided tape, positive, negative, mount it on the interior, run it down. Well, my idea is to run it down and behind here, the seal, into here, feed it through, and connect it to that brake light. So we shall see how it goes. Okay, so what I am gonna do, or what I did, was I used two pieces of painter's tape to create a parallel so I can see where the center line is here, so I can mount the third brake light. It uses double-sided tape, and I'm pretty sure it's LED, so we're good to go for what we want to do. So cleaned it real well with a Windex and wiping it off with a microfiber. Then I'm gonna run the wire down into here, and I'm gonna connect the blinker switch thing so it flashes. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect the wire from the brake light and feed it through here. You see how I have the light in here? Because it goes there. So I can use a coat hanger to fish the wire through. Just need to figure out what's the brake light versus the parking light or the night running lights. And in theory, this should be pretty straightforward. I can keep all the module and all this stuff in here because I can just run the wire down and kind of sneak it into here. Because all this is just a plastic covering. The trickiest part right now, I would say, is just mounting that thing, getting it as center as possible. Because if it isn't, that'll drive me insane. So I'm gonna take my time with that. I'll get it mounted up and I'll start the wiring. Buyer beware. I mean, this is 14 bucks, so I'm not pissed or whatever, but the double-sided tape that's provided sucks. Went to remove it, and the adhesive part just stuck to that backing. So I'm gonna have to remove that. I might as well remove this and put some 3M legit stuff. So just FYI, I mean, little hiccups. It is what it is. Thing you should do, because I only had to replace the two ends here with 3M. The other two longer ends were fine. I removed that entire strip and then placed it. Make these little tabs for yourself. Don't forget to do that, because I've done that with like other things I've done, like these moldings. I forgot to do that and had to backtrack. It sucked. So do that and line it up, and then you can remove it. Makes it a little easier. I think that's pretty centered, so I'm happy with that. I'll remove these, add some pressure for a little while, and start running this wire so that way it's hidden. All right. Well, it's the next morning, and that's okay, because I had to take a break. It's gonna be hot. It's hot. It was hot in the garage, and I was starting to not think straight, even with my series of fans blowing on me. But I got it all wired up. This is a unit that you can pick up on Amazon, eBay, GS100A. This is for the LED, which I assume these are LEDs. You can see here, it's pretty straightforward, I like to think, but even then, I think the first time I did it, I screwed it up. And I mean, the first time I did it with like the GX or something. So in is coming from the tail light itself and then out to the third brake light. wired up like so. They provide some double-sided tape. I'm gonna fix this right over in here. Big hand, get out of my hand out of the way. So I can kind of run this down here, this wire down here, and have it kind of tucked away when I put the cover back on. Used a coat hanger and fed the wire up through here, into here, and then out to the tail light. Use these little connector things here. Word of the wise, and it's kind of put me, I was kind of like, I was out of it, super hot, wasn't thinking straight. When I plugged them in, I didn't make sure these male ends were inside of this making the connection. They're hanging on the outside, so I was like, oh, it doesn't work, screw it, I'm just gonna stop. And it did. And then this morning I checked, I go, oh, good thing I didn't like tear everything apart and condemn it, because these weren't even connected. So connect it like so. Make sure you leave enough room for how it sits when you put everything back. Don't ever touch the bulb, yada yada yada. But here, let's see if I can't get you a video of it working. So I'm gonna close this up and get you a quick video of it strobing. All right, job complete. I had to replace these clips. The old ones were brittle and cracked. You can tell. It's supposed to be a light gray, dark gray, not this light. It just shattered in my hand. So, suggestion when you're working on older cars, save yourself some headaches. I picked this up on Amazon. It's just a little basic kit. I have like 2 of them, but this one's like for Hondas, Nissans, Japanese cars, and they don't fit perfectly, but they're pretty dang close. And I found these that just fit in there and looked about the same. So just a suggestion to pick something like that up. These quick connectors, I got all this is from Amazon, and they're not sponsored. The razor, I should put that away, just to have a easier access point, especially if you're wiring up things like what we did today. And then I wanted to give these a try. It's that shrink wrap with the solder, and did pretty good. I've used them before with a stereo hooked up. That's why they're kind of gone, but yeah, great. So if you wanted to try these out, I would give them a whirl. It's what, $10 with that effect, and it comes with these little ones too if you have little thin wires. So it's just investing in the future, right? Making it easier in the long run, because if you have the right tool, it just goes by that easier. So this is done. It's mounted. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but it has a red and black wire, and when I fed it here, the red really showed. So I had a piece of shrink wrap I just put through here, and now it's black, so it doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. Buttoned all that up. And what really is holding this on for the Toppo is this, that, and 3 Phillips, and then there's clips, so you gotta pry it out. Be mindful when you do all that. Fortunately didn't break any, so it just snapped right back into place. I know other models have like a little basket or something to that effect here, or a little wire net or something, a bungee net. I don't think it'll interfere with removing it. And the ones with the latch, I don't know if this will get in the way. Probably not, because I'm sure it's just a cutout, and then you have the latch mechanism. Added my little Rally Art decal. But there it is. Thank you for following along. I hope this helps somebody. I mean, it crosses over from a lot of other cars too, so. The brake light, third brake light's $14.99. The strobe sensor thing, maybe $10. That's so long. I bought it so long ago, I don't remember. Some wire connectors if you want to go that route. Harbor Freight sells some stuff, you can go there. And then taking your time and making sure you hook it up correctly. And if you don't 100% commit to it. Don't solder things unless you know it's working. So, you know, stripped wire and then connect them that way. Piece of electrical tape in case you feel like it's going to come off, and then test it out, see if it works. If it works, boom, you commit to it. So until the next time, I'll leave you with that.